The breakthrough. Dr. Lena Sarkis stared in awe at the shimmering portal suspended within the quantum flux chamber. Around her, the team of scientists and engineers broke into applause as realization sunk in. They had done it. Humanity's first dimensional resonance drive was online and stable. Lena's mind raced with the possibilities. This drive, once installed in a ship, would allow humans to venture beyond the boundaries of normal spacetime, to explore parallel universes and hidden dimensions. It was the key to unshackling Earth from its cosmic isolation. News of the successful test aboard the prototype vessel DSV Trailblazer spread like wildfire. Some Earth governments expressed concern about the dangers of this new technology, but most recognized the potential. Funding and support poured in to scale up the dimensional resonance drive for a full-size ship. The galactic community took notice as well. For centuries, they had viewed humans as a minor, backward species, but now, whispers of this invention reached even the farthest star systems. Some alien civilizations extended congratulations and offers of cooperation. Others, like the mighty Zodark Empire, saw the upstart humans as a rising threat to the status quo. Lena barely had time to celebrate the triumph of the Trailblazer test before she was swept up into a whirlwind of activity. The dimensional resonance drive needed to be bigger, more powerful, and reliable for an actual interstellar ship. She threw herself into the work, determined to surmount every engineering challenge. Earth's destiny among the stars was at stake. Rapid development. The next decade saw astounding leaps in the development of dimensional resonance technology, or DRES as it came to be called. Dr. Sarkis and her ever-growing team worked tirelessly, supported by a united Earth. Across the planet, new industries rose to supply the exotic materials and precisely crafted components demanded by DRES drive construction. The global economy surged from the influx of alien interest and investment. A golden age of innovation, and plenty seemed to dawn for humanity. At the launch ceremony for Earth's first full-scale DRES ship, the DBS Odyssey, Lena stood alongside the vessel's commanding officer, Captain Nolan Royce. The Odyssey was a magnificent sight to behold, sleek and streamlined, built around a pillar of shimmering energy that was its DRES drive. "Beautiful, isn't she?" Nolan murmured to Lena. "I envy you, Captain," Lena replied with a smile. "To command a ship like this, to lead the first wave of this new age of exploration." Nolan chuckled. "I'll be sure to demand a pay raise to compensate for the all-new age danger I'll be facing out there." His humor masked a very real concern. The Tempest-Core technology, as the most advanced DRES drives were known, allowed passage through realities, but also caused ripples and distortions in spacetime. The effects of a fully unleashed Tempest core were still unknown. As if to punctuate those concerns, disturbing reports arrived from the borders of Zodark space. The fiercely xenophobic empire had begun mobilizing its armada and broadcasting denouncements of Earth's destabilizing technology. The Zodarks demanded humanity abandon its dimensional resonance program, or face grave consequences. The Zodark ultimatum. "They want us to do what they say." Admiral Brecken's face was red with anger as he slammed a meaty fist on the briefing room table. On the screen behind him glowed the ominous text of the Zodark ultimatum. Captain Royce, Dr. Sarkis, and the other officers of the newly formed Dimensional Resonance Fleet sat in stunned silence. The Zodarks were demanding no less than the complete cessation of all DRES drive research and development. Existing DRES ships were to be grounded and dismantled. Earth was to submit to Zodark inspectors to ensure compliance. "This is outrageous," Lena fumed, her normally calm demeanor cracking. "They have no right to dictate the course of our scientific progress." Nolan nodded grimly. "It's worse than that, Doctor. This is a prelude to invasion. The Zodarks want us helpless before they strike." Admiral Brecken raised a hand, silencing the clamor of angry voices around the table. "Zodark military capabilities are an order of magnitude above ours in conventional terms. Their dreadnoughts could wipe our fleets and reduce our cities to ash." He turned to Lena, his eyes hard. "Doctor, you're certain Tempest-Core can give us an advantage? That their ships can't follow where we can go?" Lena met his gaze unflinchingly. The dimensional resonance drive is beyond anything the Zodarks or any known species has. Once the fleet is outfitted with Tempest cores, we'll be able to outmaneuver them strategically and tactically. We just need more time. Time we may not have, Nolan pointed out. The Zodarks have given us a deadline to comply. Once it passes, they'll attack. Admiral Brecken straightened, his jaw set with determination. Then we use what we have. The Odyssey will launch immediately on a demonstration mission. We'll show the galaxy what human Tempest-Core ships are capable of, and pray it gives the Zodarks pause. In the frantic days that followed, Dr. Sarkis and Captain Royce prepared the Odyssey and her crew for the sudden mission. The ship hummed with barely contained power, the Tempest-Core drive at her heart pulsing in an almost living rhythm. Engineers triple-checked every system, while the crew ran endless drills. The mood was tense but shot through with growing exhilaration. They all knew the risks, but they also knew they were part of a pivotal moment in human history. The Odyssey would pierce the veil of dimensions and chart a course for Earth's future, if she survived. Into the unknown. The Odyssey's Tempest-Core drive flared to life, engulfing the ship in a shimmering aura. On the bridge, Captain Royce gripped the arms of his command chair tightly. "Status report, all stations. D-Res field stable and dimensional interface engaged, sir," came the reply from engineering. "All systems green. Ready for transfer on your mark." Nolan took a deep breath. No turning back now. Commence transition. Let's see what's out there. In a blinding flash, the Odyssey vanished from Earth space, leaving only a rippling wake of distorted reality in its passage. Klaxons blared on Zodark listening posts at the unprecedented energy surge. The alien commanders recoiled in disbelief. The humans had actually done it. They had breached the walls of space-time itself. Aboard the Odyssey, the crew marveled at the bizarre vista that unfolded beyond the viewports. Columns of light in impossible colors flowed past against a backdrop of slowly spinning fractals. The ship's sensors recorded layer upon layer of recursing realities, each one a universe unto itself. "It's beautiful," Lena breathed from her science station, her eyes alight with wonder. "The dimensional resonance field is exceeding even my most optimistic models. We're not just piercing dimensional barriers, we're tunneling through them like they're foam." But the elation was short-lived. Warning indicators flared on the helm and astronavigation consoles. "Captain, we're picking up intense quantum fluctuations ahead. The Tempest-Core, it's resonating with something out there. Something big." Nolan leaned forward, eyes narrowed. "All stop. Sensors to maximum sweep. Let's see what." His words were cut off as the fluctuation spiked, engulfing the ship in a writhing nest of energy tendrils. The hull shuddered and groaned under the assault, the crew throwing sparks at their stations. Lena frantically worked her controls, trying to analyze the phenomenon. Her eyes widened at the readings that scrolled across the screen. "Captain, I think it's alive. And it's looking back at us." On the view screen, a vast shape takes form from the energy maelstrom. A leviathan of the etheric depths. Its form is indescribable as it was terrifying. The Odyssey, in trespassing the dimensional gulf, had drawn the attention of things never meant to be witnessed by mortal minds. Nolan felt a thrill of primal fear even as he shouted orders to his crew. Evasive maneuvers, defensive screens to maximum, all weapons charged and primed. The first Earth ship to brave the dimensional sea had found wonders and horrors beyond imagining. In one fateful moment, humanity's horizons had expanded beyond its wildest dreams, and so had the dangers it faced. The Odyssey strained like a living thing as it hurtled into the beautiful, deadly unknown. Reality's wake. The Odyssey burst back into Earth space, its sleek hull blackened and pitted by unimaginable forces. Inside, the crew slowly picked themselves up, checking for injuries and damage. Captain Royce slumped in his chair, exhausted but fiercely proud. They had made it back, battered and shaken, but alive and triumphant. In the weeks that followed, the Odyssey's crew became global celebrities. Their names and faces splashed across every newsfeed and stream. The data and recordings they brought back stunned the scientific community. Humanity had not just learned of new worlds, it had glimpsed entirely new orders of existence. Dr. Sarkis dove into the findings with barely contained excitement, even as she oversaw repairs and upgrades to the Odyssey. The Tempest-Core drive had performed beyond her wildest expectations, but it needed fine-tuning to avoid attracting the attention of the otherworldly leviathans that lurked in the dimensional gulfs. Earth's leaders, sobered by the Odyssey's encounters, redoubled their efforts to outfit the rest of the D-Res fleet. Shipyards orbiting Mars and the Jovian moons worked around the clock, churning out Tempest-Core-equipped vessels bristling with the most advanced weaponry and shielding humanity could devise. The Zodarks watched these developments with growing alarm. Their ultimatum had backfired spectacularly. Instead of cowing the humans into submission, it had spurred them to achieve the impossible. Zodark battle plans, long premised on the inherent superiority of their conventional might, had to be frantically redrawn. As tensions continued to rise, Captain Royce and the crew of the Odyssey prepared to lead the charge in Earth's defense. The ship that had been first to pierce the veil of reality would now be the tip of the spear against humanity's enemies. Nolan stood on the bridge, gazing out at the bristling fleet that surrounded his command. The dimensional resonance technology that had begun as a beacon of exploration and discovery was now also Earth's greatest hope for survival. No one, least of all Dr. Sarkis, had anticipated this turn of events. But as she watched the D-Res fleet assemble, the fierce light of human determination in every crew member's eyes, she couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. This was humanity's moment, a chance to shake off the shackles of its troubled past and charge bravely into a larger universe. The dimensional resonance drive had forever altered humanity's place in the cosmos. Now, as the massed Tempest-Core ships set forth to face the Zodark threat, the drive's true impact would be measured in the metal of human courage, the fire of human spirit, and the depths of reality itself. A new chapter in Earth's story had begun.